This video contains audio content only. There are no visual elements or images accompanying the audio. If you're expecting to see video footage, please note that this is an intentional audio-only presentation. We recommend listening to this content rather than watching the screen. Thank you for your understanding and enjoy the audio. Welcome. Join us as we explore the fascinating world of Colugos, those enigmatic gliders of Southeast Asian rainforests. In this easy-to-understand exploration, we'll unravel their mysterious origins, delve into their unique adaptations, and uncover their surprising connection to primates. We'll also examine the challenges these remarkable creatures face and discover how we can help ensure their survival. Get ready to be amazed by the Colugos' remarkable story, a testament to the wonders of evolution and the importance of conservation. Chapter 1. Ancient Gliders, Unraveling the Enigmatic Origins of Colugos. Imagine the humid stillness of a Southeast Asian rainforest after sunset. The air, thick with the scent of damp earth and decaying leaves, vibrates with the chirps of insects and the rustling of unseen creatures. High in the canopy, a small, furry form stirs. It's a Colugo, a creature of the night, preparing for its nocturnal foray. Measuring just 35 to 40 centimeters long and weighing a mere 1 to 2 kilograms, the Colugo is deceptively unassuming. Its slender limbs, tipped with sharp claws, provide a surprisingly strong grip on the bark of its arboreal home. A thin, fur-covered membrane, known as a patagium, stretches between its limbs and body, even encompassing its fingers and toes, giving it the appearance of wearing furry mittens. Its small head, adorned with large, forward-facing eyes perfectly adapted for binocular vision in the dim light, and small, rounded ears, completes the picture of this enigmatic mammal. Perhaps the most striking feature of the Colugo, however, is its remarkable dentition. Its lower incisors are uniquely comb-like, boasting up to 20 tines on each tooth, a characteristic unlike any other mammal. These teeth, along with other dental peculiarities, have been a source of much scientific debate over the years. The name is a misnomer, a testament to the early confusion surrounding its classification. Leaping from the high branches, it extends its limbs, unfurling its patagium into a living kite. When not gliding, the Colugo navigates the trees with slow, deliberate hops, its sharp claws providing purchase on the rough bark. The Colugo's unique blend of features has long baffled scientists. Its patagium, superficially resembling the wings of a bat, and a keeled sternum, a feature also found in bats and birds that enhances gliding efficiency, initially suggested a close relationship to these flying creatures. However, other characteristics pointed in different directions. The large, forward-facing eyes, reminiscent of primates, and certain dental similarities hinted at a primate connection. Adding to the complexity, the Colugo's webbed fingers and toes further muddied the waters. This feature, again, seemed to align with bats, but emerging genetic data began to tell a different story, suggesting a closer affinity to primates. The Colugo, it seemed, was a mosaic of characteristics, a puzzle that refused to easily assemble itself into a neat evolutionary narrative. The webbed digits, once seen as a clear link to bats, became a testament to the power of convergent evolution, the process by which unrelated species develop similar traits in response to similar environmental pressures. The quest to understand the Colugo's origins led scientists to delve into the fossil record. Unfortunately, the Colugo's deep past remains elusive, with only fragmented clues scattered across the millennia. Fossilized teeth from the Eocene and Oligocene epochs, belonging to the extinct Cynocephala genus Dermatherium, offer some of the earliest definitive evidence of Colugo-like creatures. These fossils, though limited, provide a tantalizing glimpse into the ancient lineage of these gliders. Previously, researchers proposed connections between Colugos and other extinct families, such as the Mixodectidae and Plagiomenidae. These families, also known from fragmented fossil remains, were thought to share certain dental characteristics with Colugos. However, further research has cast doubt on these links, and the evidence for these connections is now considered uncertain. The story is further complicated by the fact that other Paleogene mammals, also known from incomplete fossils, were once thought to be related to Colugos, but are no longer interpreted as gliding mammals, highlighting the difficulty of reconstructing evolutionary relationships based on limited fossil evidence. Scientists estimate that the ancestors of colugos diverged from other mammals approximately 80 million years ago, a vast expanse of time that has obscured many details of their evolutionary journey. Current estimates suggest there may be anywhere from 7 to 14 extant colugo species, further underscoring the need for continued research. The colugo's nocturnal and solitary lifestyle has made it a particularly challenging subject for scientific study. These elusive creatures spend their days resting in tree hollows, emerging only under the cover of darkness to forage in the rainforest canopy. Consequently, detailed observations of their behavior are scarce. What we do know is that colugos are herbivores, their diet consisting primarily of leaves, shoots, flowers, sap, and fruit. Their digestive system is highly specialized for this plant-based diet. They possess a well-developed stomach and exceptionally long intestines, adaptations that allow them to efficiently extract nutrients from fibrous plant material. Their unique comb-like incisors likely play a role in both grooming and feeding, though the exact mechanisms remain a subject of ongoing research. Perhaps one of the most intriguing aspects of colugo biology is their unusual reproductive strategy. Despite being placental mammals, a group characterized by relatively long pregnancies and well-developed newborns, colugos raise their young in a manner more reminiscent of marsupials. Newborn colugos are remarkably underdeveloped, weighing a mere 35 grams, roughly the weight of a golf ball. For the first 6 months of their lives, these tiny infants cling to their mother's belly, completely dependent on her for survival. The mother colugo displays remarkable ingenuity in caring for her offspring. She curls her tail and folds her patagium into a warm, secure pouch, providing a safe haven for her vulnerable young. This quasi-pouch, formed by the mother's body, allows her to carry her infant while gliding through the trees, a remarkable adaptation that ensures the young colugo's safety and continued development. Colugos reach maturity at 2 to 3 years old and have been known to live up to 15 years in captivity. However, their lifespan in the wild remains unknown, another mystery in the ongoing saga of these enigmatic gliders. The colugo, with its peculiar blend of characteristics and its elusive lifestyle, remains a captivating enigma, a testament to the endless wonders of the natural world and a challenge to our understanding of mammalian evolution. Chapter 2. Decoding the colugo's genetic secrets, a primate in disguise? The colugo, that enigmatic glider of Southeast Asian rainforests, has long been a taxonomic puzzle, its place in the mammalian family tree shrouded in mystery. Its unique mosaic of characteristics led scientists down various evolutionary paths, each seemingly promising yet ultimately leading to a dead end. Some scientists even grouped colugos and bats together in a now disproven clade called Volatentia, believing them to be close kin. However, the colugo's resemblance to bats was only skin deep. Its large, forward-facing eyes, providing exceptional binocular vision, and relatively large brain size hinted at a primate connection. Certain skeletal features, particularly in the skull, also echoed those of primates. Adding another layer of intrigue, the colugo's peculiar teeth sparked comparisons to tree shrews. Both possess comb-like lower incisors, a feature also present in strepsirrhine primates like lemurs and lorises. This shared dental characteristic, along with other anatomical similarities, led some scientists to propose a close relationship between colugos and tree shrews, placing them together in a group sometimes called Sundatheria. Earlier morphological studies, focusing on physical characteristics, thus painted a confusing picture. The colugo seemed to straddle different branches of the mammalian family tree, its characteristics echoing those of bats, tree shrews, and primates, but never fully aligning with any single group. Some studies, relying on mitochondrial DNA, even suggested a close relationship between colugos and anthropoid primates, a hypothesis that further muddied the waters. The advent of molecular phylogenetics and, later, genomic sequencing, revolutionized our understanding of the colugo's place in the evolutionary narrative. Molecular phylogenetics, which uses DNA and other molecular data to reconstruct evolutionary relationships, offered a new lens through which to examine the colugo's kinship. Initial studies using molecular data provided mixed results, sometimes supporting a relationship with tree shrews, sometimes with primates, and sometimes even placing colugos within primates. However, as genomic sequencing technologies advanced, scientists gained the ability to compare not just small fragments of DNA but entire genomes. Whole genome comparisons, along with analyses of specific gene sequences, provided a far more detailed and nuanced picture of the Colugo's evolutionary history. Researchers began searching for rare genomic changes, such as short interspersed nuclear elements, signs, which act as unique genetic markers. These signs are small pieces of DNA that have inserted themselves into the genome at specific locations. The presence or absence of these signs at orthologous locations in different species can provide strong evidence for evolutionary relationships. Crucially, studies revealed several sign insertions shared by colugos and primates, but absent in bats and tree shrews. These shared genetic markers provided compelling evidence for a close relationship between colugos and primates. Further strengthening this link, molecular clock analyses, which use the rate of genetic mutations to estimate the timing of evolutionary divergences, showed that colugos and primates share a more recent common ancestor than either group does with bats or tree shrews. These genomic studies conclusively demonstrated that colugos and primates form a distinct evolutionary lineage, known as primatomorpha. This means that colugos are more closely related to primates than to any other group of mammals, including bats and tree shrews. This discovery effectively resolved the eternal triangle of evolutionary relationships and confirmed that the similarities between colugos and tree shrews, particularly in their teeth, arose through convergent evolution. Convergent evolution occurs when unrelated species independently evolve similar traits in response to similar environmental pressures. The colugos' comb-like lower incisors, once seen as evidence of a close relationship with tree shrews, are a prime example of this phenomenon. These specialized teeth, boasting up to 20 tines on each tooth, are used for grooming and feeding. Intriguingly, similar comb-like teeth are found in strepsirrhine primates, serving a similar function in grooming. While the teeth appear remarkably similar, their underlying structure and development differ, indicating independent origins. The second upper incisors in colugos having two roots is another curious dental feature. This characteristic is also found in some other mammals, including certain insectivores, but not in primates. While shared characteristics can sometimes indicate common ancestry, in this case, it likely represents another instance of convergent evolution, highlighting the importance of considering multiple lines of evidence when reconstructing evolutionary relationships. The Colugo's dental formula, a shorthand notation describing the number and type of teeth in each quadrant of the mouth, is 2.1.2.3, 3.1.2.3. This formula, distinct from those of bats, tree shrews, and primates, further emphasizes the Colugo's unique evolutionary trajectory. The placement of colugos as a sister group to primates has profound implications for understanding primate evolution. By calibrating the primate evolutionary timeline with the colugo divergence, scientists can gain insights into the characteristics of the earliest primates. The colugo's adaptations, such as its nocturnal lifestyle, specialized herbivorous diet, and gliding ability, provide a valuable comparative context for understanding the evolutionary pressures that shaped early primates. The colugo's large, forward-facing eyes, adapted for nocturnal vision, suggest that early primates may also have been nocturnal. Its specialized digestive system, adapted for extracting nutrients from leaves, raises the possibility that early primates had similar dietary preferences. And its gliding ability, while not directly inherited by primates, highlights the importance of arboreality in the early evolution of both groups. The colugo's story is a testament to the power of genomics to unravel the tangled threads of evolutionary history. What was once a taxonomic enigma, its relationships obscured by convergent evolution and a fragmented fossil record, is now understood to be a close relative of primates, offering a unique window into our own evolutionary past. The colugo, the flying lemur, that is neither lemur nor truly flying, has finally found its rightful place in the grand tapestry of life. Chapter 3. Masters of the Glide, Colugos and the Art of Aerial Navigation. Picture yourself in the heart of a Southeast Asian rainforest, the emerald canopy alive with the sounds of the jungle. As dusk settles and the forest floor fades into shadow, a remarkable creature awakens high in the branches. It's a colugo, often mistakenly called a flying lemur, though it's neither a lemur nor does it fly. Instead, the Colugo is a master of a different kind of aerial locomotion, gliding. With a grace that belies its somewhat awkward climbing style, the Colugo launches itself into the air, transforming from a furry bundle clinging to a branch into a living kite, soaring effortlessly through the twilight. The Colugo's gliding prowess stems from its most distinctive feature, the patagium. This expansive, fur-covered membrane stretches from its neck, encompassing its limbs and extending all the way to the tip of its tail. Imagine a thin, leathery sheet, almost like a superhero's cape, but softer, furrier, and perfectly adapted for catching the air. Unlike flying squirrels, whose patagium spans only the distance between their limbs, the Colugo's membrane even stretches between its fingers and toes, creating what some have dubbed a mitten glider design. This unique feature, along with the webbing between its fingers and toes, maximizes the surface area of the patagium, allowing the Colugo to capture more air and glide farther with each leap. To fully appreciate the Colugo's aerial mastery, we need to look beyond the patagium and consider other key adaptations. Its keeled sternum, a bone in the chest also found in bats and birds, provides a strong anchor for the powerful muscles involved in gliding. This skeletal adaptation enhances the Colugo's ability to control its glides and maintain stability in the air, losing only about 1 meter in height for every 10 meters traveled horizontally. Imagine witnessing this feat firsthand. The Colugo, launching from a towering treetop, unfurling its patagium, and gracefully soaring through the air, covering the length of a football field in a single bound. The Colugo is not alone in its gliding mastery. Several other mammals have independently evolved this remarkable ability, each with its own unique set of adaptations. Flying squirrels, for example, are common gliders found in forests around the world. Their patagium, while not as extensive as the Colugo's, still allows them to glide impressive distances, up to 50 meters or more. Scaly-tailed gliders, found in Africa, have a different kind of patagium, supported by a cartilaginous rod that extends from their elbows. This unique adaptation gives them exceptional control during glides, allowing them to make sharp turns and navigate complex forest environments. Even some marsupials, like sugar gliders, have joined the gliding club. Their patagium, stretching between their wrists and ankles, allows them to glide up to 50 meters, often using their bushy tails for steering. Comparing these different gliders reveals the Colugo's exceptional proficiency. While other gliders primarily use gliding for traveling between trees, the Colugo has taken it to another level. Its larger patagium, combined with the keeled sternum and webbed digits, allows for longer glides, greater maneuverability, and more precise landings. Imagine a flying squirrel, launching itself from a tree and gliding in a relatively straight line. Now picture a Colugo, performing a similar maneuver but with greater control and precision, able to adjust its trajectory mid-glide and land gracefully on a specific branch. The evolution of gliding in mammals is a testament to the power of natural selection. But what evolutionary pressures drove the development of this remarkable ability? One compelling explanation is predator avoidance. For Colugos, which are slow and awkward climbers, gliding offers a quick escape route from predators lurking on the forest floor or in the lower branches. Imagine a Colugo, spotting a predator below, launching itself into the air, and gliding to safety in the upper canopy, leaving the predator far behind. Gliding also provides an efficient way to travel between trees, particularly in dense rainforests where navigating the forest floor can be challenging and dangerous. For Colugos, this means accessing a wider range of food sources and expanding their foraging territory. Picture a Colugo, gliding from tree to tree, sampling leaves, flowers, and fruits from different species, maximizing its nutritional intake while minimizing its exposure to ground-based predators. Access to specific resources also likely played a role in the evolution of gliding. Certain tree species may produce fruits or flowers that are only accessible from the upper canopy. Gliding allows Colugos to reach these resources without having to climb down and back up, saving valuable time and energy. Finally, territorial defense may have been another factor. Gliding allows Colugos to quickly patrol their territory, monitor for rivals, and defend their resources. Imagine a Colugo, gliding along the boundaries of its territory, asserting its dominance and deterring potential intruders. Interestingly, recent studies have revealed that gliding is not always the most energy-efficient mode of travel for Colugos. In some cases, climbing may actually require less energy, particularly for short distances. This suggests that gliding may have evolved primarily for predator avoidance or for accessing specific resources, rather than simply for efficient locomotion. The Colugo's flight of fancy, then, is not just a marvel of engineering, it's a complex adaptation shaped by multiple evolutionary pressures, a testament to the intricate interplay between an organism and its environment. As we continue to study these remarkable creatures, we gain a deeper appreciation for the wonders of the natural world and the remarkable diversity of life on Earth. Chapter 4. Hidden Diversity. Unearthing the cryptic species of colugos. The colugo, a creature of the night, has long held a certain mystique. Gliding through the Southeast Asian rainforests, these elusive mammals were, until recently, thought to comprise just two species, the Sunda colugo and the Philippine colugo. However, the colugo's story, once considered straightforward, has taken a dramatic turn, revealing a hidden world of diversity far richer than previously imagined. Through the innovative use of DNA analysis on museum specimens, researchers have unearthed a wealth of cryptic species, rewriting the narrative of colugo evolution and biogeography. This revelation began with a simple yet powerful idea: to unlock the secrets hidden within the DNA of colugos preserved in museum collections. These specimens, some dating back a century or more, represent snapshots of colugo populations across their geographic range. By extracting and analyzing DNA from these preserved tissues, scientists could compare the genetic makeup of colugos from different locations and time periods, revealing hidden patterns of diversity. This approach, sometimes called museomics, has revolutionized the study of biodiversity, allowing researchers to access a vast, untapped resource of genetic information. The results of these genetic analyses were nothing short of astonishing. Within the Sunda colugo, previously considered a single species, researchers identified at least 7 distinct genetic lineages. These lineages, though superficially similar in appearance, differ significantly in their DNA, suggesting that they have been evolving independently for millions of years. This discovery effectively tripled the known diversity within the Sunda colugo, hinting at the possibility of numerous undiscovered species lurking in the rainforests. Imagine the excitement of uncovering not just one or two new species, but potentially a whole hidden world of colugos, each with its own unique evolutionary story. The implications of this finding extend far beyond simply adding new names to the list of known colugo species. It has fundamentally reshaped our understanding of colugo evolution and biogeography. The genetic differences between these lineages suggest that colugos have been diversifying for far longer than previously thought, adapting to a variety of habitats and ecological niches across Southeast Asia. This diversification, driven by geographic isolation and varying environmental pressures, has resulted in a remarkable array of adaptations, reflected in differences in size, fur color, and other physical characteristics. The colugos of Borneo provide a striking example of this adaptive diversity. These island-dwelling colugos are generally smaller than their mainland relatives, a phenomenon often observed in island species and sometimes referred to as insular dwarfism. This smaller size may be an adaptation to the limited resources available on islands. Imagine a smaller body requiring less food to survive, a distinct advantage in an environment with limited resources. In addition to their smaller size, Borneo colugos also exhibit a wider range of fur colors than their mainland counterparts. Some sport spots, while others have a darker overall coloration, providing camouflage in the diverse habitats of their island home. This variation in fur color likely reflects adaptation to different microhabitats and predation pressures. Picture a spotted colugo blending seamlessly with the dappled sunlight filtering through the rainforest canopy, while a darker individual remains hidden in the shadows of the undergrowth. These differences between Borneo colugos and their mainland relatives highlight the role of geographic isolation in driving colugo diversification. The island of Borneo, separated from the mainland by vast stretches of water, has acted as a natural laboratory of evolution. Colugos that colonized the island were effectively cut off from their mainland counterparts, allowing them to evolve independently in response to the unique environmental pressures of their new home. Over millions of years, these isolated populations diverged genetically and physically, giving rise to the distinct lineages we see today. The discovery of these cryptic species has profound implications for Colugo conservation. Previously, conservation efforts focused on the two recognized species, overlooking the hidden diversity within the Sunda Colugo. Now, with the knowledge of at least 7 distinct lineages, each potentially representing a separate species, conservation strategies must be re-evaluated and refined. Imagine a conservation plan designed to protect a single species, only to discover that it actually encompasses multiple, genetically distinct lineages, each with its own unique habitat requirements and conservation needs. This new understanding of Colugo diversity underscores the urgent need for further research. We need to know more about the distribution, ecology, and behavior of these newly identified lineages. How do they differ in their habitat preferences, dietary needs, and reproductive strategies? What are the specific threats they face, and how can we best protect them? These are just some of the questions that future research must address. Imagine researchers venturing into the rainforests, equipped with the latest genetic tools and tracking technology, to study these elusive creatures in their natural habitat, uncovering the secrets of their hidden lives. Targeted conservation efforts are also crucial. Protecting the unique habitats of each lineage is essential for their long-term survival. This may involve establishing new protected areas, strengthening existing conservation measures, and working with local communities to promote sustainable land use practices. Imagine a network of protected areas, carefully designed to encompass the full range of Colugo diversity, ensuring the survival of these unique and ancient gliders for generations to come. The Colugo's story, once a simple tale of 2 species, has transformed into a complex and fascinating narrative of hidden diversity. Through the power of museomics, we have glimpsed a world of cryptic species, each a testament to the remarkable power of evolution. As we continue to explore the Colugo's genetic secrets, we not only deepen our understanding of these enigmatic creatures but also gain valuable insights into the processes that have shaped the diversity of life on Earth. The Colugo, a master of the glide and a keeper of evolutionary secrets, invites us to delve deeper into the mysteries of the rainforest and uncover the hidden wonders that still await. Chapter 5. The Future of Colugos. Conservation Challenges in a Changing World. The Colugo, a nocturnal acrobat of the Southeast Asian rainforests, has navigated the evolutionary tightrope for millions of years, adapting to a life in the trees and perfecting the art of gliding. But today, this ancient lineage faces a new set of challenges, threats that could push some of these unique creatures towards the brink of extinction. As we've seen in previous chapters, Colugos are not just fascinating gliders. They're a sister group to primates, offering valuable insights into our own evolutionary history. Their specialized adaptations, their cryptic diversity, and their role in the rainforest ecosystem make their conservation a matter of global importance. But the future of Colugos, like that of so many other rainforest inhabitants, hangs precariously in the balance. The rainforests of Southeast Asia, the Colugo's only home, are being cleared for agriculture, logging, and urban development. As these forests disappear, so too does the Colugo's habitat, its intricate network of trees and vines essential for foraging, resting, and raising young. In the Philippines, the destruction of lowland forests has been particularly devastating for the Philippine Colugo. Though the species is currently listed as least concern, this habitat loss continues to pose a significant threat. In parts of Indonesia and Malaysia, the conversion of forests to oil palm plantations has fragmented Colugo populations, isolating them in small pockets of remaining habitat. This fragmentation makes them more vulnerable to local extinctions and reduces genetic diversity, weakening their ability to adapt to changing conditions. Hunting also takes a toll on Colugo populations. In some areas, Colugos are hunted for their meat, which is considered a delicacy in certain cultures. Their soft, dense fur is also sometimes used in traditional clothing or sold in local markets. This hunting pressure, while not uniform across their range, can significantly impact local populations, particularly in areas where Colugos are already stressed by habitat loss. In some communities, Colugos are hunted not for subsistence but for traditional medicinal practices. Certain body parts are believed to have healing properties, further exacerbating the hunting threat. The impact of hunting is often compounded by the Colugo's slow reproductive rate. They typically give birth to a single offspring at a time, and the young remain dependent on their mothers for an extended period. This slow reproductive cycle makes it difficult for Colugo populations to recover quickly from hunting pressure. Even the critically endangered Philippine eagle poses a threat to Colugos. This majestic raptor, a symbol of the Philippines' natural heritage, relies heavily on Colugos as a food source. Studies have shown that Colugos can make up as much as 90% of the Philippine eagle's diet in some areas. While the eagle's predation is a natural part of the rainforest ecosystem, the combined pressures of habitat loss and hunting have made Colugos more vulnerable. The eagle's dependence on Colugos creates a complex conservation dilemma. Protecting the eagle, a critically endangered species, requires ensuring an adequate food supply, which, in turn, depends on healthy Colugo populations. Competition with other arboreal mammals, such as the plantain squirrel, adds another layer of complexity to the Colugo's struggle for survival. Plantain squirrels, known for their adaptability and wide-ranging diet, can outcompete Colugos for food resources, particularly in disturbed or fragmented habitats. As forests are cleared and fragmented, plantain squirrels often thrive, while Colugos, more specialized in their habitat and dietary requirements, struggle to adapt. This competition can lead to reduced foraging success for Colugos, impacting their ability to gain weight, reproduce, and raise young. In some cases, it may even force Colugos to venture into less suitable habitats, increasing their risk of predation or injury. The conservation status of Colugos reflects the complex interplay of these threats. The Philippine Colugo, once classified as vulnerable by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, was later downlisted to least concern. This change, however, doesn't indicate a decrease in threats, but rather reflects a better understanding of the species' distribution and population size. The Sunda Colugo, while not currently listed as threatened, is experiencing population declines across much of its range. The exact extent of these declines is difficult to quantify due to the Colugo's nocturnal and elusive nature, but the ongoing habitat loss and hunting pressure suggest a worrying trend. Protecting Colugos requires a multifaceted approach that addresses the root causes of their decline. Habitat preservation is paramount. Establishing and effectively managing protected areas is crucial for ensuring the long-term survival of Colugo populations. These protected areas should encompass a variety of habitats, including lowland and montane forests, to capture the full range of Colugo diversity. Connecting fragmented habitats through forest corridors can also help to maintain genetic flow and increase the resilience of Colugo populations. Reducing hunting pressure is another key conservation priority. This requires working with local communities to raise awareness about the importance of Colugos and the threats they face. Developing alternative protein sources and providing economic incentives for conservation can help to reduce the demand for Colugo meat and fur. In areas where Colugos are hunted for traditional practices, engaging with community leaders and traditional healers to explore alternative solutions is essential. Mitigating human-wildlife conflict is also important. In areas where Colugos are perceived as pests, particularly in agricultural areas, developing strategies to minimize crop damage and promote coexistence is crucial. This may involve educating farmers about Colugo behavior and implementing non-lethal methods of deterring them from crops. The discovery of new Colugo species adds another layer of urgency to conservation efforts. These cryptic species, previously hidden within what were thought to be single species, represent a wealth of undocumented biodiversity. If we lose these species before we even know they exist, we lose not only unique genetic lineages but also valuable opportunities to understand the evolutionary history and ecological roles of Colugos. Conserving this hidden diversity requires targeted research to identify and characterize these cryptic species, understand their specific habitat requirements, and assess their conservation status. This knowledge can then be used to develop tailored conservation strategies for each lineage. The Colugo, with its unique adaptations and evolutionary significance, deserves our protection. Its gliding ability, a marvel of natural engineering, is a testament to the power of evolution. Its close relationship to primates offers a unique window into our own evolutionary past. And its role in the rainforest ecosystem, as a seed disperser and a prey item for apex predators like the Philippine eagle, highlights its interconnectedness with other species. Conserving colugos is not just about protecting a single species. It's about preserving the intricate web of life that makes up the rainforest ecosystem. By protecting colugos, we protect the rainforests they call home, and in doing so, we safeguard the planet's biodiversity and the invaluable ecosystem services these forests provide. The future of colugos rests in our hands. By addressing the threats they face, supporting conservation initiatives, and raising awareness about their importance, we can help to ensure that these remarkable creatures continue to glide through the rainforest canopy for generations to come. The Colugo, a living link to our primate ancestors, a master of the glide, and a symbol of the rainforest's hidden wonders, deserves our unwavering commitment to its survival. Colugos, once a taxonomic enigma, are now understood as close primate relatives, revealing crucial insights into primate evolution. Genomic analyses have unveiled cryptic diversity within Colugo populations, highlighting the importance of conservation efforts targeting these distinct lineages. Their remarkable gliding adaptations, shaped by evolutionary pressures, offer valuable lessons in biomechanics and locomotion. These findings underscore the interconnectedness of life and the power of scientific inquiry. What are your thoughts on the Colugo's evolutionary journey? Share your questions and comments below. Subscribe for more fascinating deep dives into the natural world. Never stop exploring the wonders around us.